Alright, so I'm making a video tutorial on what to do in the part where we have the magazine area. This is my picture of the Starbucks coffee mug, and this is my area that I'm going to use for the magazine area. And I've decided to use the color scheme of the neutral tones of black, white, and gray. And the materials you need is your sheet, your carbon paper, your magazines, and I've selected colors already. Black, parts of whites, and some gray tones. And yeah. And depending on the size, if you need a lot of area, for example, like this big white area right here, this would be useful for your project later on. Okay, so let me demonstrate real quickly. I'm going to look at my picture for a second and decide which area I'm going to do. And I'm going to choose the area like maybe over here. And I need to label this white for W. And a piece of paper that has some white, massive white space, like this one right here. That would be perfect right here. And I'm going to put my carbon paper as well as my paper. And maybe you can use some tape to tape it down. So maybe have some masking tape handy. I'm going to use the edge. Tape that down, and I'm going to use a ballpoint pen. So this area where it says white for W, I'm going to outline the area, press down firmly for the shape, maybe along the edge too, because I'm on the edge right here. And that should be okay because I'm off the edge right here, and I should know where it is. So I'm going to lift this up, take this out, and I'm going to double check real quickly and maybe draw this back in. And I'm going to cut this piece of paper out where it says white. Some of you guys may say, if it's already white, Miss Young, can I just leave it? But I already marked it, and I'm going to retape it. Let's see, you need scissors and glue stick later on. And sometimes you might need a ruler or an X-Acto knife to cut out certain pieces. If you have a smaller scissor, it might be easier to cut. Notice that I'm turning the paper and the scissor. It's easy to cut out the shape a little bit more. And especially I have a big scissor. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to, later on my canvas board, I'm going to glue this down. If you feel like you want to glue it on your drawing paper, you could just do that, and that's fine. Okay? Make sure that you have every piece designated, and also gray for G, W for white, B for black. There's a lot of cool things, for example, like maybe this gray right here, and you do need to look for magazines that have that color tone. That's why I have that many magazines papers. And this is some grays right here, gray on this concrete. There's some gray and white in this like noodle dish. There's some blacks and deep grays in this water paper. Sorry, this water background. Black in this person's face, grays in this background. So you do need to have at least 10 different magazine sheets. Okay, let me go to this one area. Let's one, for example. I'm going to save all my pieces. Maybe for some of us, we might need to glue it down right away so we don't lose our pieces in our folder, which is totally fine. I'm going to sit here and think about, this is the gray spot, and where it says gray right here, I'm going to mark it down. Press down and pull up. Okay, can't quite see it, but it's in there. Now, this is a big piece of paper, so maybe I'll just cut a square. Make my life a little bit easier. Cut this out. You have to look carefully. This task will take some time and concentration. So for those students who like to talk with their friends all the time and then can't stay focused and are easily distracted, I highly recommend you put some music on, try to stay focused for the class period, and try to do your best. Now, if it doesn't match up, that's okay. Alright, so that's the gray part. I'm going to glue this down already because you know what, maybe I don't have time to put it on my canvas board, but I definitely want to do it on my drawing paper, and I'm going to glue my drawing paper at the end and that's okay too. So that's black. I mean, sorry, that's gray. Where B for black is, I'm going to put the black part. Move this tape. For the white, maybe you don't want to use this tape, you can use clear tape. I'm going to glue on the paper itself. Close my lid, and voila. That's the white part. So that's for my color tone for black, white, and gray. Some of you guys might have different color tones. So make sure this is how I would like you to add in the magazine items. Some of you guys may use the X-Acto blades. If this is the case, then Miss Fraser or Mr. Gutierrez where these blades are and return it to the teacher. They need to put it back, okay? All right, that's it. How you do your magazine. This should take one class period. If you're very focused and timely and, you know, carefully watch yourself. And hopefully you guys are doing a great job on your projects. Okay, thank you.